last but not least, we're going to delve into the end of your theory book again. We worked last time on the invention activity where I had you looking for the different elements of composition in the one that you had played, the F major. So today I'd like you to go to page 42, which is Unit 16, and I'm assuming you'll push pause to go find it, and so I'm just going to keep going. We have talked about the sonata allegro form in different sonatas that you've played, or sonatinas. This has been something that probably since you started intermediate level music, we've been seeing this. And so the terms exposition, development, and recapitulation should not be new to you. We worked on that even in the Beethoven sonata that you're working on now, that third movement. We've found these parts and we've seen how the different tools that a composer uses in sonata allegro form are fleshed out in that sonata. So that first part is probably just going to be a little bit of a review for you, where it outlines what the exposition is and the development, and it's kind of just a formula, and it was widely used, developed and then widely used during the classical time period, which is 1750 to 1825, I think. I haven't thought about that in a while. Anyway, probably tells you on that next page where I have assigned you those time period things before. Yeah, 1750 to 1825. So on this exercise, I think these are kind of interesting. In fact, when I did my certification, I had to do something like this for my test, where to get certified in piano. And they gave me a work like this, and then they asked me questions that I had to answer, a lot like you're going to do here. So you're going to use this Beethoven sonata. It's not the same one you're doing. It's the Opus 49, number 2. Pretty famous one, and easier than what you're playing. So if you sat there and tried to play it, I don't think you would have too much trouble with sight reading. It's in a decent key, and it's just a lot of basic applied keyboard skills. So your job is to study these pages and then go through. You're going to notice that there are 30 questions altogether. You do not have to do this all in one sitting. But if you're focused on it, it might be an easier thing to do. Or at least do 29. That last question, question 30, is how Beethoven used motives, you know, little musical thoughts and ideas. A musical thought idea is a phrase, but those little segments or snippets of those ideas that are woven throughout are called motives. And there you're supposed to be looking for 2 of the 5 distinct motives. And so that might be a little bit bigger of a job for you, although if you play it, they may jump out at you a little bit more. They do mark, you'll see that you can see there's motive number 1 on page 44, motive. So the motives, looks like all the little fragments of motives are shown there. So you just need to analyze from measure 62 to 122 where they haven't put those little things. You get to help find the motives. So I would try to get through as many of these questions as you can in one sitting, okay? And if you find that you're engaged in it, you want to come back to it, because I think these are kind of fun to do. And it's applying a lot of what we worked on in this book so far. So if you've applied yourself to do those lessons well, you should be able to find that this is not all that difficult. And then if there are ones that you just aren't understanding, you need help with, definitely bring it with. Do it in pencil, please. I've had students recently doing their theory in ink, and we just can't fix things very easily if you do it in ink and then we need to change some answers. So see what you can do with it. I think you're going to find it an interesting endeavor. And if you have questions about any of these things, but particularly about the theory, if you need to, go ahead and send me a text and I'll see if I can answer back. My guess is you're probably not going to get to this till the beginning of next week, but who knows? So have fun with it. I think you're going to like it.